to our second half, our second featured reader. So let me tell you a little bit about Bill. Bill Cooper is an academic who began writing haiku in 2009. He publishes in haiku journals, has published 9 haiku collections, and served for 5 years as one of the founding editors of Juxtapositions, a journal of research and scholarship in haiku. 2 of his books were shortlisted for the Touchstone Distinguished Book Awards, and 1 received an honorable mention in the Haiku Society of America Merit Book Awards. His latest book, Rounded by the Sea, is published by Red Moon Press. Now here's Bill.
I'll read some poems from the past 10 years, starting with early ones, ending with newer ones. Here we go. While daughters negotiate, the banana split, melting. Slave ship, smaller shackles for the young. Sorry, I'm still getting some feedback. Okay. First erasure, where to brush the remains. Yoga competition. How will she judge the souls? Exhibit of sculpted hands, trying to guess the pianist. Wasabi, freshly grated, that sense of self in each sinus. Mayan ruins, slowly down on even steps. Actually had a 2-year-old on my shoulders. Baby's hand, the long tunnel through, baby's hand, the long tunnel through a pajama sleeve. Trustee room, a gentle request for more light. These are some of my earliest ones. Sweet olive, moon glow on the salt lick. First day of class, the many paths to this room. First day of class, the many paths to this room. Up worn subway stairs, the shifting mix of scents. A question too far, the farrier looks up from his rasp. The haiku of a humpback whale, one breath. Head cold, she asks why everything is post something. Sang a little less, slivered almond. Rippling dune fence, a trickle of light, piano notes. A drip of grape popsicle seeping into her pink shoelace, bay twilight. Sax riff, blackening redfish with the spices at hand. Considering the rituals of primates, a book signing. Comparing offers, the folds of a magnolia breeze. Border check, unwrapping each wedding present. Scale, the toddler asks what he costs. Upturned roots, so many ways to begin a line. A muscle filtering just what she needs, Hiroshima Bay. Forgotten upper shelf, the plaster dust of self-regard. Redwood grove, the taste of her imaginary tea. Sign language to the shifting tempo of timbales. Matching yellow pails, she asks him to be her ocean friend. Reunion, oars too shallow, oars too deep. Sea level, she offers the new harbor bell in perpetuity. Young osprey, how to land softly with a trout. Cherry popsicle, the thrill of a one-speed. Snow melt, the taste of a foot-long waterfall. Osprey splash, a trout just deep enough to swim on. A first taste of red bean gumbo, levee bonfire. Orphan song, saps closing a hole in the chestnut tree. Battle reenactment, those born in March asked to fall first. Icicles, not melting, not even to do-wop. First board meeting, down the long table, he rolls a cantaloupe. Floating platform, teens devise some rules for parents. Cicadas, father's unopened bottle of scotch. Twilight warbler, the cobbler stills his buffing wheel. Pail of shells, she asks why we saved just 3. Scuffed shoes, after the teen dance, her second question. Sand into sandstone into sand. Fever rising to give a keynote. Scented brush, asking father if I'll ever shave. The slope of grief, snowmelt trickling through a dam of leaves. One eye opening. What reminds a turtle he's a turtle? First day of school, a village man carrying his son's desk. War exhibit, the latch of the boxcar worn so smooth. Mild aftershock, the last cheese round tumbling from the rack. Late snow, chalking a strike zone on the basement wall. Slow to heal, the taste of this tea returns. Tuning his tractor, Grandpa says there's little to life, and yet, cold rain, composing for a pianist not yet born. Limited time offer, today's linen sale, and this life. Duck and cover, the sudden shadow of a blimp. Little backstory, I was riding my bike. No one had ever told me about blimps. It looked like a bomb. I was about 10 years old. Face yoga, as close as I'll be to a lion. Spatterdock, an elder summons, one more croak. Daffodil shoots, the soldier who moves only his eyes. Return favors a horseshoe crab might ask. Return favors a horseshoe crab might ask. Results of a poll on attitudes towards refugees, 1938. Sand flea, the mountain path along a whale fin. Summer's end, shaking out a few grains of plastic. Cranberry sunrise, oh, to be a bog turtle. Valley bell climbing the frosted slag heap. Mix of green dyes till the shoe matches her purse. Father's breathing. Tram ride, how different the sense of love and fear. Onion as matador, as passerby, as house guest. B-flat blues, the tang of a two-leaf clover. Fading decals, the scent of bus fumes on a trumpet case. Turtle rain, grass root nudging a half-buried egg. Contrails in heat haze, gallons per second. Swamp cypress, a strangler fig thickens near the beehive. Slow to wake, lying on a tilted bed of vibrating bamboo. Security scan, a zipped pocket packing haiku. Step by step, each jetty stone shaping me. Hoping this high is high enough, levee walk. Straw hats in a row. Amish men discuss opioids. Beijing banquet, the lighthearted memories of Mao's interpreter. Slanting snow, the old tailor retires a pin. Cold midnight oiling the third trumpet valve. Dawn, how to grasp a cup. Strolling on even terrain in a snowy forest, an old friend's robot. Rio Hotel mirror says, I'm white. Red scrawl circling the school motto on restraint. Confederate general, surrounded by bubble wrap. Mellow sunset notes of a wide bore clarinet. Bookmark, a visitor's badge from Tower 2. The foal and I on nodding terms, early daffodils. Back room, dad breaking down a shoebox. Moon music, tapping the bottom of a tray of coins. Someone you don't know, you remind me of. Between diplomats, a melting monogram of butter. Entering Bogalusa, the urge to dance. Monument Avenue, the after-dinner show in close hand magic. Philanthropist as cypress or strangler fig. Founders dinner, a special thanks to the stromatolites. Draft lottery night, the shifting moods of hallmates. Hospice popsicle, how to blow the wrapper free. Second grade, the oh so long walk to lunch. A candidate drops out. A woodpecker's red crest flares, then flattens. Spring cleaning, a fishtail flung from the nest. Piano and bass, two old friends converse. Crab along a sunken keyboard, Z to numlock. Called out, sliding into home, the umpire's son. In the grip of talons, the tilapia frees her young. Capital lunch, chowder with more potato than clam. Child's question, a duckling's lopsided dive stirs the cranberries. One mitten off, counting boyfriends. Pre-op, the surgeon asks if I'm okay with Led Zeppelin. Candlelight, the midnight hug of red parentheses. Cold night snuggle inside a harp cover. Teen dance, a wildfire 7% contained. Muscle not opening, an oyster catcher pauses to breathe the sea. Lockdown, each day, the swim a little longer. Bladder rack, a brick rounded by the sea. Lapping water, what still seems possible. New baseball, a sandhill crane rubs her feathers in mud. Midnight, every light on in virology. Theory of mind, the student's request for an incomplete. First flute of bamboo, one hole for each old regret, spaced unevenly. Tai Chi, the stiffness of an onion near its core. Homeward tomato picker, after the long ride, the long walk. Pedestal to flatbed, the shadow of a Confederate bronze. Rebar rods we once hauled by the box, Tower 2. Beach at dawn, how lives might change without names. Where I belong, a scrub jay in scrub oak. Some of you may know this, but Florida and California are the only two states where scrub jays nest, and they're of different species. Fascinating birds. Cellar espresso, tambourine notes open to sax. Synthesizing speech on an old computer, fireflies. Gale in a sailboat, the difference between whipped and whooped. A two universe. Seated portrait, leaning forward as if I might still rise. Her search for a horse that breathes, carousel. Spoonbill, the gift of a twig too thin. Inlet slosh, a diving osprey pulls up. My governor, your governor, 2 summers. Trustee den, the smooth handle of a dueling pistol. Pianissimo, as time goes by, like never before. And a last one adapted just for you. Talk of Dodgers Giants. The barber snips my mask. Thanks very much for listening.
Thank you, Bill. That was great. Nice reading.
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, good work. So should we take a couple minutes? Does anyone want to ask Bill any questions about his work? How many collections do you have? You have 6 collections now?
I have 9 collections.
Nine collections, yeah. That's pretty good.
So Bill, how
Well,
many,
I've probably written too much. I'm not as patient as some of you who, wait years and years to call the best of the best of the best. I tend to get things accepted, keep a list of them, play with them, and send something out. So it's just a different mode, not necessarily better.
Brad, you had a question?
yeah, Bill, how many Osprey haiku have you written in your life?
A lot. I watch them. Probably about 50. Probably published about 30, maybe. I don't keep track, but I'm a big Osprey fan, as you know, Brad. And we have a lot of them around here. Fortunately, they're increasingly plentiful everywhere now after the pesticide debacle.
Well, you'll
And really
like
fascinating.
this, Bill, when you drive on the Richmond Bridge from Alameda County to Marin, they have boxes now on the bay, and they're nesting very regularly, 2 or 3 boxes.
It's really
Right
cool.
there. And
We
it's very
have
nice.
boxes on
The
bridges.
big platforms, I guess. The right.
They often nest in light poles. You'll see them at baseball stadiums, for example. They'll use light poles to build a nest, but now increasingly electric companies have put boxes up, and they seem to like those over bridges, especially.
So we have wind cats and osprey. It sounds like a novel or something,
Yeah.
or a TV series or poem.
Elizabeth, did you have a question? I saw your hand is up.
Oh, no, I forgot to put it down.
that's-
Sorry. Thank you, though.
Uh-huh.
That was a terrific reading, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.